What's going on, y'all? It's Brian. It's been a while. I haven't done one of these in a minute. Your marketing sucks. This is why you can fix it. I'll get to you guys after the intro. Peace. Welcome back to Brian Sales Words. On Brian Sales Words, I am a marketing consultant, and so what I try to do is give you guys, and it's really for small business owners and people that are interested in the marketing space, really give you guys some things that you can get started on, which to help your own marketing as a small business owner, or to hire the appropriate people to do the marketing that you need for your business. And I want to be mindful of your dollars and stuff like that. So that's really what this channel's about. That's what a lot of the content on this channel is. Initially I wanted to do this as a live stream, y'all. I wanted to get on here and just kind of do a live stream, but I had to put a little bit more thought into this because, and it comes from just the last 6, 7, 8 months or so of being out here in the field, being a freelance marketing consultant and interacting with different clients, and people have different expectations and things that they want from a marketing consultant. And as it stands right now, I am a full stack marketing consultant. I kind of do everything. I really want to focus on doing the things that it takes to get a small business up and running and teaching them how to handle their marketing. And before we get started, let's define marketing. And the way I'm using marketing is really the art of finding your clients. Depending on what business or nonprofit niche you're in, it's really about aligning your business and putting your business out there so that the people that need you can find you. And making sure that it's the right client base that you want to serve, that gives you life and gives you energy. And that's really what my marketing is. Mine is really heavily influenced by, I'm gonna throw some names out here. You may or may not be familiar with them. The Dan Kennedys of the world. It even goes all the way back to David Ogilvy. The direct response marketing stuff. I know Rick Cesare with Cesare Direct does stuff and things like that. The kind of marketing I do is about getting the right people, the clients that you want to raise their hand and identify themselves as potential clients so that you can get in and provide great services to them. And I've done a video here talking about, your branding doesn't really matter. And I still do believe some of that. There's a little bit more nuance to that argument, but the idea is nobody really understands and nobody really knows your brand until they've interacted with your service. And once they interact with your service and you give them high quality service, then they can really connect with your brand. But this goes a little bit deeper. And so I wanted to discuss this. And I know not everybody here is a parent. Some people don't want to be parents, which is cool. That's fine. That's your life. But that's going to be what the frame of reference that I use. So, and I want you to understand this. There's a lot of businesses out here who, they treat marketing as this one-off thing that they don't really want to soil their hands with. And they hire somebody like me, and I come in and I help them get their marketing in line. The problem is there's a lot of business owners that once they bring that person in to do the marketing, they just kind of fade away into the background. And especially if they're a business that's never really identified who their target audience is and never really linked with an audience and never really built an identity for who they are, and their business really doesn't have much of their personality in it, that becomes very difficult for any marketer to come along and help out. Now, we can bring you plenty of clients, but once we get those clients in the door, it's going to be hard for you to retain them because they won't have a connection with you outside of they give you money, you do the service. If your service is great, they say great. If the service sucks, they'll let you know it sucks, or they'll write a negative review about you, and then they're off into the ether. Because your business really didn't make a lasting impression with them, and since they don't really identify with you as the business owner, they're just like, and they move on. And so the analogy I want to use is don't be a deadbeat business marketer. Don't be a deadbeat parent to your business. Okay, there's a lot of people who have a lot of money. They can hire a whole host of nannies and caretakers and stuff for their children. But at the end of the day, those people do not replace them as the parent. You are the parent to your business. And you need to actively participate in it. And so even though you hire somebody who does, email marketing for you, hire somebody that does a website for you, you hire somebody to shoot a bunch of video for you, at the end of the day, or you hire somebody to do your social media, at the end of the day, you're still responsible for that, and you need to be active and present, at least on your social media, because that's the way a lot of people interact with your business nowadays. Now, there's a lot of people that don't really mess with social media and stuff like that, but I'll be honest with you, and this may just be my interpretation of it, that pool is shrinking because there's going to be more and more younger people who grew up in the age of social media, and that's how they communicate. And so if you have a social media presence, you need to interact with your clients. And I'm not saying that you need to be super active and posting all the time and posting everything, but there are elements of it that you probably should be sharing. And I'll list a couple of things that will help you with your business, not be kind of that deadbeat that just hire somebody to just do your social media for you and not really involved or be engaged with it. If you do a lot of community work, and I have a client that does a ton of community work, they're always out in the community doing stuff, and they do a great job of posting it. I can't be there all the time when they're doing a lot of this, fundraising or helping out people who need help. I can't be there, but they do a great job of taking pictures of themselves, saying, "Hey, we're out in the community, we're doing X, Y, and Z." We're providing this specific service to people who need it, and it does a great job of establishing themselves as a business that's interactive and cares about the community that they're serving. That goes a long way. I have other clients that are super active with sponsoring sports teams and involved with youth sports in the community and things like that. They post about that kind of stuff. You guys don't understand, and a lot of businesses don't understand how far that goes to establishing themselves as a business that seems worthwhile, that somebody says, okay, they give great service and they're out here helping people in the community that need help. That is huge. That helps out a ton when it comes to marketing. Plus, they have me on board as a marketing consultant who can boost stuff like that. It can make ads about that kind of stuff, but also do other more of the generic kind of business posts that you would assume that people have in that industry, while putting a call to action or that drives business to their page. And so that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Don't completely detach yourself from that arm of your business. It's important. Your business has to contain your personality. If your business doesn't contain your personality, then you're just another commodity. You're just out here doing work in the field, competing on price with everybody else, with every other sterilized business that has no personality to it. Let's look at it like this. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, they're big, huge companies. They still kind of have their own little personality, their own kind of way of doing things, their own kind of way of presenting themselves. Everybody knows everybody knows them polar bears from the Coca-Cola commercials. That helps them establish a brand. That helps them establish their brand identity. Now, it may be this big faceless corporation, but people smile at the polar bears, and it's a reminder that when you start seeing the Coca-Cola polar bears, it's around Christmas time. That's what it is. Mars, M&M's, they're a faceless corporation, but people identify with the two little M&M dudes, the ones that always seem to get eaten, which is really, really dark. Y'all, that's kind of a dark thing. Like every commercial ends with them being, at risk of being devoured by other people, but people identify with them. Now I'm not saying the only reason that people go out and buy M&Ms is because of the two little M&M cartoon characters, but little kids see it, and little kids like cartoons, and so that's who they identify as, the M&Ms, and that ends up becoming their brand mascot, and they build a different kind of identity through that. What I'm saying is this: do not be afraid to infuse your business with a bit of your personality. Now, there are some caveats with that. If your personality is kind of inflammatory, or you hold views that people find controversial, or is tied with stuff that is really kind of exclusive, you have to be very, 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 very careful with that. Because if your brand identity is really tied to that kind of stuff, you run the risk of alienating more people than you bring in. And sometimes you know what? Chick-fil-A's done it. Now they're kind of backpedaling away from it, but Chick-fil-A carved out an identity for themselves, being that super conservative, alternative fast food chain. Now they're trying to dig themselves out of that hole, but it's been very, very profitable for them over these years. And they've got fans that will ride and die for Chick-fil-A, bro. They will ride and die for it. You know what I'm saying? They'll live. They may not even like the sandwiches, but they love the message, and so they'll always support Chick-fil-A because of how they've identified themselves. So that's one example. But there are plenty of other cases where their political ideology kind of screwed up the bag for them. Right now, the My Pillow guy is struggling right now because, he didn't really plan this out. He thought that he could take that Chick-fil-A model and just go out and say anything, and now he is suffering for it. Now, there are going to be people that go out and buy his pillows because of who he is, but he's going to have a lot of repair work to do for the people that were his clients that he kind of alienated. So there is a balance to strike with that kind of stuff, fam. But the reality is, if your business is just sterile and it doesn't have any of your personality, any of the things that make your friends and family want to be around you, you're not showing that there is a face, there's human beings behind your business, you're setting yourself up to compete on price with everybody else that's doing the same thing that you're doing. And when you're competing on price, it's always a race to the bottom, period, point blank. That's the end of it. It's always a race to the bottom when you're competing on price. There is no winners, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up having to lower your price to the point where your business, where it's not even viable to really be doing business anymore. If you're competing on price, you're losing. You want people to identify with your business. You want people to connect with you and like you and do business with you and keep coming back because they like the personality that the way that business makes them feel. They identify, they have a connection with you. And you can do that by just simple posts about, hey, me and the fam are out at the zoo today, enjoying the weather outside. Here's a picture of us smiling at the zoo, waving. And, have a great day. And hope you guys get to enjoy time with your family. Boom. Message served. You're in and out. Your clients get to see, oh, look at this beautiful family out here. I love the fact that I'm supporting this beautiful family. And I don't mind when it comes time to do business with whatever industry or whatever segment you are in. When I want to spend money in that direction, I have no problem spending money with you and your beautiful family. Boom, message served, done. If you're active in the community, let people know what you're doing out in the community. There's a reason why we have these social media platforms, and there's a reason why there's a huge rush to monetize these social media platforms, because they are powerful ways to reach people. Now, do likes always mean, that your post is great or is converting business? No. And I'll do a subsequent video talking about what the problem is with focusing on just likes and virality. Because there is a major issue when you have businesses and marketing people who act like virality is the end all be all. And when your business is completely governed by social media. Because the other side of it is, and I guess I will throw it out there, when you are transacting on social media, you really do not own the traffic that's coming to you. You don't have any connection with that traffic. If the social media platform shut down today, or if they shut down your account tomorrow, you would lose all those clients. And so the idea is, yes, you want to use that to spread your message and to signal boost your message, to amplify it. But you don't want that just to be the end all be all. You would like them to come to your website and things like that. Or you want to have presence on their platform so you can redirect people. If this platform gets shut down, all right, boom, we're over here now. But the other side is, if you have them on a mailing list, or if they're already coming to your website for content anyway, you already captured them. So don't get that in your mind that I'm saying social media is the answer, the final solution, and the final answer that you need to have for your business, because it's really not. It's just a tool for you to utilize. Look at it like a TV channel. Every TV channel has different demographics of who they're serving. And they make television shows and commercials and stuff, all tailored towards meeting the needs of that specific demographic that watches the TV channel. Every social media has different demographics of who utilizes it. Facebook skews a little bit older than Instagram. LinkedIn is really about for business owners and professionals to gain information. YouTube is where people go to be entertained, but sometimes they go there to be educated. Hence, this video is on YouTube. I gotta be animated. I gotta be interesting to capture your attention. If I was doing this on LinkedIn, maybe I'd be a little bit more buttoned down. I don't know. I kind of like how this little thing is going right here. But it's the reality of there's different identities for each social media platform. There's different characteristics. View them as TV channels. Every TV channel is going to have a unique message, going to have unique programming because of the people that are there watching it. So, your marketing sucks because it doesn't have any of you in it. You're the secret ingredient. Now, I'm not saying, don't hire people to manage your social media. I'm not saying don't hire people to manage your website. Don't hire people to do elements of the marketing. But at the end of the day, you need to be actively involved too, so that your brand is connected with who you are. Because at the end of the day, you're the parent to your business. Don't be a deadbeat parent to your business. That's what I got, y'all. I just had to get that out there in the universe. I appreciate your time. Moving forward, what we got next here? I'm getting back into the YouTube thing. Taking it seriously here. I had a couple of things where I was really buried underwater in terms of projects I was working on. But really the emphasis is I want to create a space where I can get business owners vital information about marketing without having a whole bunch of overhead, without having to pay exorbitant fees for little classes and stuff that I make or content I create, without having to have them spend hours and hours and hours in front of a screen to learn simple concepts. So the concept of this is I am available for consultations. If you're interested, if you want to pick my brain or find ways to maximize your marketing dollar, you'll find the link down below. But I'm also creating some courses. They're not going to be super expensive and they're not going to be super long. It's enough to get you started with different marketing things, like, how to, start shooting stuff for YouTube. What you need to get started. What you need to get started with email marketing. What you need to get started with creating ads on Google and Facebook and things like that. It's going to be enough to get you started. Understand, y'all, this is my business too. And so I want to create a YouTube business that helps other businesses grow without breaking the bank and without selling you a bunch of guru flavored stuff where you have to buy a whole series of videos and maybe about 10 or 15 minutes of the hours of videos that you're consuming are relevant to your business. I want to give you videos that are actionable so you can take action, you can watch them, and then you can get started. And then if you need more help, maybe I'll create a second line or second wave of videos that go into a little bit more depth about the different concepts. I don't know. But I just want to give you stuff to get started because I feel like a lot of business owners are out there kind of just flagging and not really, they're trying things and not getting the immediate response and giving up on them a little bit too early without drilling a little bit deeper, or they don't have some of the things that will make the actions that they take from marketing more effective. And so that's really what this is about here. So again, it's Brian Sells Words. Thanks for tuning in. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Thanks for watching. Hey, hit that like button, The like button lets the algorithm know that I'm putting out content that y'all want to see. Right? Right. So hit that like button. Share this wherever you want to share it. Subscribe for more content. I will be back at y'all with another podcast. I got another one in the chamber. I spoke with Tiffany. She is a young lady that is out here doing some pretty amazing things with the community and really reaching out an underserved population in terms of teaching Black girls how to code. I'm excited about it. My daughter actually is in our program, and she has some stuff out in Ghana too, which is really, really dope. And she's she's moving from the nonprofit sector to the for-profit sector, and she's going to have two things working on both ends. It's amazing. And so I can't wait to share that with you. I'm in the final stages of editing things with that one. It's been a while. I've been working on that one along with a host of other projects. But you're going to start seeing a lot more stuff on this channel because I really, my goal is to help business owners get better because I went through a lot to get to where we're at right now. And this ride ain't stopping anytime soon.